And here we are again with OnceHuman. We've returned to our beloved little house after the mission to restock on ammo, grab some items we had left behind, like the helium we need to keep warm at night while on missions, and pick up the coal that was cooking in the furnace. We also need to unload all the loot we gathered from previous missions. Since I had some star chom saved up, I went ahead and built the wish machine, which we'll test in a moment. But first, let's put some iron into the furnace and spend the 12 cipher points we've accumulated. First, we'll upgrade the Polar Express to level 3 to unlock Chaosium. Then, I'm thinking of working toward building solar panels and using the vending machine, so let's unlock that and also unlock modification level 1 so we can craft more powerful engines for our bike or car. Now, since I haven't yet explored the mimetic specialization feature, let's take a look at the bonuses available. Not all of them seem great to me, but the best option for the future is definitely basic defense, battle hardened, which automatically restores defenses and shelters after battles. With the feathers we collected from the flamingos, we'll craft some velvet, repair all our equipment for the upcoming mission, and disassemble all the armors and weapons we don't need at the disassembly bench. We'll also scrap epic and rare mods that are unlikely to be useful. I'll replace our broken torch with a new one, an absolute necessity right now to survive hypothermia. Additionally, I'll make sure the furnace is always running to easily earn experience points. Let's also craft a few health activators. Those are a must-have at all times. After a quick meal, it's time to test our luck with the wish machine. And look at that. Thanks to my hunting expertise and mole-like instincts, I scored the first reward right away. The savior shoes could be incredibly useful later on, especially when playing in a team, thanks to the reduced healing time and increased damage when health drops below 70% if paired with other savior gear pieces. We grab the freshly crafted activators and head out for the Black Gold mission. Let's get started. The only thing I forgot was the condition of our bike. Its durability drops as quickly as a pair of shoes. Unfortunately, that oversight cost me a little death, but no worries. We've got plenty of activators to bounce back. Let's keep going. We grab the freshly crafted activators and head out for the Black Gold mission. Let's get started.
Those dark figures lurking around the harbor.
Holy crap, somebody actually came.
You're surprised?
Of course I'm surprised. The column's so desperate they sent us out here to fight goddamn ghosts for old gasoline. Everyone else is tied up fighting the vultures or dealing with the cold. Man, it feels like a miracle seeing you here.
What are these ghosts you mentioned?
Well, not literal ghosts, but they seem close enough. We've been calling them shadow deviants. We were loading oil from the harbor when the power shorted out. All of a sudden, those things swarmed us. By the time we figured out these shadows could be stopped by shining a strong enough light on them, it was too late. Most of my team is dead, and most of those that survived are injured. We couldn't even make a run for it. Now that you're here, though, we might actually have a chance.
What can I do?
It might be difficult to reach, but there's a control room where you could reactivate the power. If you could do that and get the harbor lights back on, we could drive out of here safely. I have something that should help. A shock baton. Maybe you can use its charge to temporarily jolt the lights back on.
I'll give it a shot.
Thank you. You're our only hope. So, be careful of the dark.
All right, let's grab the electric baton from the stash and get started. Time to bring the shock and awe.
Power cell. Huh. Try hitting it with the shock baton. You might be able to light up the street lights. With good timing, we should be able to light ourselves a safe path right up to the control room.
As usual, I'm doing my round of loot boxes, and look at that. One of them even had a field guide page. Last will. A nice little surprise amidst the scavenging. Let's start activating the various electric coils with our trusty electric staff. and see what happens next. Something tells me this is going to get interesting.
Good. We managed to get to the control room. Now we need to figure out how to turn the power back on. Since the streetlights all have power cells, I bet there are similar power cells around here.
And besides some loot, here in the central cabin, we also found an electricity notification, another page of field guide.
That did it. Power's back on. I guess you really know how to light up a room, huh? What?
Mission
Not even a
complete,
sympathy
and
jungle?
look at that.
All right,
We
come
now
on.
have a camera to
Let's get back
capture
to
the beauty
Cora.
of the port. Let's take a moment to appreciate the view before heading to our next adventure. As V suggests, let's head back to Cora.
Those instincts weren't wrong. This level of cold isn't natural. Look at the ice on the ground. I think it's a clue for the door. Let's follow the ice and see what we find.
Never thought I'd be so happy to see some lights turn on. You just saved our lives.
Happy to help.
Until you showed up, I was sure we were gonna die here. Then again, how did you know we were here?
Ethel sent me. He hasn't given up on you.
That nerd sent you? Who knew? Seriously, I'm impressed with him. Guess he's a stand-up guy. Now that the harbor lights are back on, my team and I should be able to drive out of here and bring that oil back to Whalebone. When I get back, I'll thank Axel properly. Once again, thank you for saving us.
But look at this insolent monster attacking me while I'm talking. Time to teach it some manners. All right, we've got a deviation marked by low, and earlier V suggested following the trail of icicles scattered around the port. I'd say it's time to see what surprises this deviation has in store for us. Let's check it out. Since we're here, let's also finish off the area and grab those crates, especially the mimetic one. It's always good to collect everything we can while we're in the vicinity, right? Let's do it. Looks like there's a crate on top of those containers. Let's figure out how to get to it. Maybe we need to climb or use something nearby to reach it. Let's try it out and see what we can do.
Take a look at that ship. Do you see anything? Even if you don't, I do. Trust me, birds have better eyesight than people. There's a freight elevator nearby, so let's get higher up.
Let's go. Heading toward the ship's containers with V is a great way to finish up this part. Hopefully is the last crate. While we're waiting for the elevator to come back down, let's grab some rewards from the season rewards and the Stellar Starway. And hey, why not spend some cipher to unlock those steel pickaxes in the mimetics? Oh, and look, the elevator's here. Let's head up, and as for those mimetics, we'll tweak them later when we have a moment. No rush, right? And here we are, landing on the boat where the deviation awaits. Let's melt this popsicle and see what comes out of it.
They have given us an icy reception, but we got the deviation in the end. Let's go back and tell Lo.
Deviation acquired, but I completely forgot to turn in the quest we completed in the previous video. So, let's deliver the Camp Igloo deviation quest first, then we'll head over to Whalebone. I've dealt with the deviation in the Wishland.
I suppose congratulations are in order, Mayfly. You did extremely well in outsmarting that most clever of deviations, Monsieur Wish.
I'm glad it worked out in the end.
It worked out better than you realize, I think. I had the opportunity to speak with a woman who very recently escaped from the park. She was a guide there.
Luna?
That was her name, yes. It seems that after Starfall, Mr. Wish turned into a deviation, then propagated even more deviations, and took over the entire park. He trapped the employees there and tried his best to prevent anyone who wandered into the park from leaving.
I guess he was desperate for guests.
And for new exhibits, from what I hear. But Luna was set free, thanks to you. She is determined to return to the park in order to find and help free her colleagues. Those who still remain alive, that is.
And all those rules?
Those rules were the work of Luna and her friends. They realized that as employees, they weren't allowed to make wishes. Only guests could do that. And only by asking Mr. Wish directly. So they wrote out the rules to help guide those who entered the park, hoping that one day, someone like you might set them free. Luna asked me to give you a reward for your bravery and fortitude on her behalf. I promised her I would.
Perfect, let's move to Whalebone. Let's talk to Lo first. Inform Lo that you've secured Ice Pot.
Have a hot cup of tea, my friend.
I never knew a cup of tea could feel so nice.
I know this deviation made you suffer, but guess what it can do for you now? Make endless ice cubes. The ice pot is like an ice machine that needs no electricity. I'd say that's quite a find.
Let's also talk to Ethel for Black Gold Mission.
You didn't just save my team. You helped all of Whalebone. That fuel will make all our lives easier.
Maybe stop waving that pistol around.
Oh, sorry. I thought you weren't coming back. I was going to go there myself, but it seems I didn't need to worry. You're a real pro. I've decided to dedicate more of my research to new weaponry. We'll show those deviants what we can do. Oh, right. This is the reward I promised you. Thanks again.
And the Black Gold Mission is complete, and the episode for today is over, but we'll see you in the next one. I remind you, OnceHuman is free to play, and you can download it from oncehuman.game or Steam. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications on my videos. Thank you.